Hey guys, it's Jose with the Compressive Tuning, driver of the White Rhino, and introducing Petunia, my 2015 XT that I just picked up. Uh, we'll be doing an off-road build in the months to come. And today we're at Compressive Tuning Warehouse, and I'm working with my buddy and also one of the owners of Compressive Tuning, Will. We are going to be installing our new grill that'll be debuting in a few days from now. We're gonna do a quick unboxing so you can see the type of packaging that you can expect from Compressive Tuning, as well as the grill itself.
Okay.
So your grill will come packaged in one of our Compressive Tuning boxes. It will be wrapped with this foam paper along with bubble wrap to ensure that it is as protected as we possibly can get it. This grill is pretty nice. It's made out of fiberglass. It's a two-piece design, and it will be available only in piano black with a F logo for Forester in carbon fiber. So this is our carbon fiber F logo, and you can see the back here. It's made out of fiberglass. It's a real nice solid piece. This is definitely not your parents' or your grandparents' fiberglass. It's a much better quality, much more durable. This is the lower part of the grill. The grill itself, the actual mesh part, is being held by aluminum clips. So if you decide you want to use a different kind of mesh, something that you would want to customize, it's going to be easy to take off. It's not going to come fully glued on like you see in some other aftermarket grills. You'll see these screw holes here being used later. The install of this is incredibly easy. We're going to get back here onto the car, and we're going to start by removing the grill. You're going to need a handful of tools. I will list it on the video. You will need an 8mm socket. It could be a shallow socket, as well as a flathead screwdriver, one long and one short stubby, because you will be using the stubby down here to remove some other screws, as well as a pop clip remover. And those are easy to get. If you don't have one at home, you can pick it up at your local auto shop to pop these out, or you can order a kit on Amazon for like 10 bucks. So Will and I are gonna get started, and we'll go step by step as best as we can. It's a 2015 model, so the grill's been on here obviously since the car was manufactured. Just do some gentle rocking. You know, it's been on there for a while. You can use the pop clip tool to try to pry it out, but just with some patience, just do a little bit of rocking and it'll come right out. So Will's using a longer pop clip tool. He just popped it out. If you don't have a longer pop clip tool, a long screwdriver will do as well. That's the little blue clip that we're talking about. The upper part of the grill has two 8mm bolts on it. You can either use a socket or you can use a Phillips head screwdriver. So the upper part has pop clips as well. Again, use your pop clip tool gently with some patience. Just go the length of the upper part of the grill, and you'll hear those pop clips pop. So behind the upper part of the grill, there's approximately 2, 4, 6, 8, looks about 9 of these blue pop clips. We broke a tab. In this case, I'm not gonna reuse the stock grill. But if you do plan on it, it'll still obviously pop back in. Now we're gonna start with the bottom. Will is gonna start removing the pop clips that will separate the lower part of the grill off the bumper of the car, which will include this here, which is a hood bumper stop, and all of the pop clips on the fender, this shroud here, which is kind of like an intake shroud that allows airflow onto your engine. So now lightly we're gonna pull the shroud from its position. You can do that by pulling like Will is, and gently pulling on your stock grill forward, or pulling it towards you to create a little more room there. Also, there is 2 screws holding the grill down closer to the badge area, behind the badge area down there. You'll be using a small Phillips screwdriver to remove those. And there is another set of screws that you'll find at the corners right here. You'll use a longer Phillips screwdriver to remove those. Hard to see the tabs there, but those are the plastic tabs that insert into the bumper. And that should easily help you with the plastic tabs that go inserted into your bumper. You can use a flathead screwdriver, a pop clip tool, or simply your finger if you can reach in there, pull up, as that's going to allow it to unhinge itself from, or detach itself from the insert in itself. There you go. So now that we have our grill upper and lower grill off, we're gonna just give it a quick wipe since it's off already, and install our new grill. So our new grill comes with its own hardware. You're actually not gonna reuse any of the blue pop clips that came with your original OEM grill. Use this hardware along with the actual pop clips that we gently removed from the shroud and some of the parts up here that were on the upper part of your OEM grill. So the new grill is super easy to install. We're gonna use, these will go insert into the bumper. This is gonna attach to the shroud, and there'll be 2 screws that will go in here. The screws will be provided in the hardware. And here we go. We got it clean as best, we cleaned it up as best as possible. And it's just easier to get behind the grill to attach those 2 screws that are coming with the kit itself. And then we're just gonna slide in the shroud, which just makes it a little bit easier. The good thing about this fiberglass, it's nice and flexible. Okay, so we'll be able to just kind of tug at it when we slide back the shroud that Will's got in his hand here. So we have the 2 provided screws now screwed onto the grill, and they're gonna be around here, okay? We haven't installed the shroud just yet because it's easier to get your hand back here without the shroud. As I mentioned before, you're gonna see that there's some flexibility to the grill, okay? So we're gonna gently pull back and we're gonna slide the shroud back in. Now, this video is meant to be more of a base of what you can base how to install the grill. This is how we do it. So this is not the end all of how to install this. If your hands happen to fit with the shroud back in, great for you. And you can slide the you can install the shroud first if that's something you would prefer. In our case, we're just gonna gently slide it right back in behind the grill itself, just because it was easier for us to get our hands back there and tighten the screws. There's only 2 screws that attach to this. There's no corner screws like in your OEM grill, and we're gonna get this shroud right in. So we're gonna reinsert the OEM clips that we put to the side. If you see gaps like this, do not be alarmed. These are flexible, and you'll see the final result. You'll see that they all align. It gives you wiggle room to line up the holes, the new grill holes, with the shroud holes to pop your clips in. So do not be alarmed if you see a gap that may seem relatively large at first.
Last one.
Now all the tabs are nice and flush, and we got our lower part installed. We're now going to head up to the top part. So the upper part of the grill is even easier. It's going to be held by 4 screws with the 8mm top, right? Would that be correct?
Yeah. 8mm top.
Yeah. So it's a one-piece design. So unlike your OEM, this is not going to come separate. And the top part is going to feel way sturdier than the bottom part. Like I said, there's flexibility to this when you first install it. Once it's on, it's really nice and hardy as far as in the way it's going to feel down here once it's all clipped in. The flexibility is real nice as far to help you line up to the pop clip holes. So here you'll probably need a buddy. So I'm going to stop recording for a bit. I'm going to hold the upper part of the grill for Will. So 4 screws after, and we got our upper part of the grill on. See, it's really nice and flush. Now for the review. Is this old stock XT. That was so much for the reveal. And there it is. New grill on the bone stock 15 XT. We're gonna give it a little wipe after. Do a little detail shot here. Piano black. Here's a side shot. Looks like it lines up pretty well. Close to OEM. So one thing here at Compressive Tuning that I have mentioned for the 2 years, almost 3 years that I've been with Compressive now, is that our parts are not OEM parts, okay? And we put a great amount of effort into trying to create parts that fit as close as to OEM. So this looks pretty cool. It looks really great. I mean, it's nice and flush in there, and I'm gonna say that's pretty close to OEM. If you're expecting OEM fitting, then we may not be the right company for you. But if you have used aftermarket parts in the past, you know that even the most high-end parts out there will normally need a little bit of massaging or just basically some adjustment to fit as best as possible. But this is the finished product. We had Will wipe it down. He used to be a former lowrider model, so he's got that wiped down. That's how he got through school. All joking aside, I hope this video can be used as a reference video on how to do grill removal and a grill installation. Like I said earlier, this is not the end all on how to install one of these things, but you can use this as a base for you to install your grill. We hope you like the video, and thank you for supporting Compressive Tuning.